Ladies and gentlemen, good morning.
Good morning.
In the studio with me, I've got a very special man with me. He's like family to me. Without further ado, he goes by the name of Rosca Nini Zullu. What's popping, my friend, my family?
What's going on?
How are you, sir?
I'm good, you know.
Welcome to the Beat London.
Thank you.
How are you?
I'm good. Good.
So, for the listeners at home that do not know who Rosca Nini Zullu is, talk to me. Who are you?
Rosca Nini Zullu is a South London artist. Just recently started dropping music. I'm on a great path. I feel like I'm going to bring something different to everyone else out there. And I'm just very excited for myself, to be honest.
I'm excited to have you here.
Thank you.
I'm excited to have you here. It's been a very, very long time since I've seen you.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a very, very long time since I hugged you.
You've been dodging me.
I haven't been dodging you. You've been dodging me.
You've been dodging me, fam.
But finally, we've made it happen. And I wouldn't have hoped to do it in any other way. So I'm happy for you to be here still. Mm-hmm. It's Black History Month. It's October. So we're here at the Beat London. We are celebrating Black history. And we're picking out people. And we're talking to people and interviewing people who we believe that we need to celebrate. Not too many times people pass away, and it's only when they pass away we kind of celebrate their life. We kind of say, oh, they were great for this, they were great for that. But here at the Beat London, we're choosing to actually celebrate and talk to people who in the moment we're like, yeah, that's the person, or yeah, that we see what you're doing for your community, we see what you're doing for your scene. Let's celebrate. So welcome to the studio.
Thank you, man.
What does Black history mean to Rosca Nini Zullu?
Black history to me is just educating our kids, people that's unaware of what, you know, black people have gone through, or what it means to be black, etc. The list goes on. That's what Black history means to me particularly, do you know what I mean? It's mainly to educate our kids, the next generation that's going to come through, and all these other things, you know what I mean? And educate the other people that are not aware of certain things that we've gone through and things like that. So that's particularly what Black history means to me.
When you see characters and people in history, Black history especially, who stands out to you?
For me, it's Papa Wemba.
Yeah?
Yeah.
The absolute African artist.
Artist-wise, it's Papa Wemba. Yeah.
Why?
He's just a genius, man.
Can I tell you a story?
He's the GOAT.
Let me tell you a story how much this guy's a GOAT. So Papa Wemba passed away about 3 years ago, 2016. I was actually in Congo when he passed away. I think passed away in another country, and the city, Kinshasa, went ballistic. In the first early hours of the night, in the first early hours of the morning, it was a rumor. By 12 noon, it was confirmed on TV and everything, and people were crying on the streets. By that evening, it was like one of the first nights of mourning, right? So the whole city was on lockdown.
Yeah,
I've never experienced, like, Princess Diana passing away was one of the first time I experienced a major public figure passing away. When Papa Wemba passed away, that was the next person I was like, yeah, in this lifetime, there's people that pass away and touch souls and touch lives, and he was, I could see why. Definitely one of them. And you know, they had a festival, 3-day festival in his memory. Like, imagine Wireless, same numbers. I'm not even exaggerating. Same numbers, maybe even more. 80,000 plus.
I saw the footage. I've seen
mental.
It's mad.
Mental. And yeah, so I can see why you'll say Papa Wemba.
Yeah, 100%. He's the GOAT, man. Like, he's such a GOAT. To the point where if people really do their history and study it properly, like, Michael was one of his biggest fans. Do you know what I mean? Like, Michael Jackson really looked up to Papa Wemba. Do you know what I mean? Like, he got some sounds. Like, most of certain sounds that you hear Michael do, he got that off Papa Wemba. Do you know what I mean? Like, so it's like, he's a mad GOAT, man. Like, that's how I can put it. Like, I really study him. Do you know what I mean? Like, he was one of the first people to go gold in America. First ever black man to ever go gold in America with his album. Do you know what I mean? Certified gold. Like, that's Papa Wemba. He's the first ever to do it. Do you know what I mean? So I pay a lot of respect to that man.
It's non-musical, non-artistic, not artistic, but non-musical. Who would you say?
Patrice Lumumba.
politician, Congolese politician. You love your Congolese mans, don't you?
I have to, man. I really study my culture. Do you know what I mean? Like I love my culture, so I study it.
And of course, you're from Congolese background, a Congolese heritage, a Congolese refugee. Talk to me about that bit of history.
Obviously, apart from Patrice Lumumba, there's Malcolm X, there's other great leaders. Do you know what I mean? But for me, like Patrice Lumumba was definitely it for me. Like I've read his books. I love what he done for our country and etc. The list goes on. So yeah.
So talk to me. You're from South London originally. You got an incredible name in the south side of London. That goes without saying. Went away for a bit. 3,000 plus days. Was it 2,000 plus days or 3,000 plus days?
3,650.
I saw that figure somewhere. I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
If you can, talk to me a little bit about that. And what that made you now, because in London especially, I feel like it is part of our culture for people to go away. People go away all the time. Some for a short amount of time, some for a long amount of time.
Yeah.
So from someone who has been away and come back now, talk to me a little bit about that.
Going away for me was the best thing to happen to me, I believe. Do you know what I mean? Like other people be like, oh, you didn't have to go away for that long. Do you know what I mean? But it helped shape me into the person I am today. Like the drive, the hunger. Do you know what I mean? The knowing, like having focus and knowing what to do, how to execute things. Do you know what I mean? How to just be me without wearing different masks. Like I love that saying of like people wearing different masks. Like I always say, like, see your brethren, yeah, like they may in front of you they'll act a certain way. In front of their parents they'll act a certain way. In front of their missus they'll act a certain way. The list goes on. Do you know what I mean? But I really learned how to just wear one mask, because I used to wear a lot of masks before. I had a different mask for different occasions. Do you know what I mean? Whether it's I'm doing badness on the street, so I'm doing good or whatever. Do you know what I mean? So I've just learned how to wear one mask and just be me, be myself, and just chase my dreams and go and get it. Do you know what I mean? That's literally it. So, but yeah, that experience it wasn't a good experience to go through, but like I believe for that particular part of my life, I had to go through that. Do you know what I mean? I had to go through what I went through, and it's the sentence I got. Originally, I was meant to be home I got 8 IPP with a 4 years tariff, so I was meant to be home after 4 years. Do you know what I mean? But because I was keeping up a lot of badness when I was inside, it kind of took me a long time to get home. Do you know what I mean? And eventually, when I did even start behaving myself, they were still throwing hurdles in my way for me not to be home. So an IPP sentence in a abolished sentence, like, it doesn't even exist no more. So you've still
I've heard.
Yes.
I've heard this guy's still on it, but it doesn't exist no more.
It doesn't exist. Like it's such an inhumane sentence that they've abolished it. The government's actually said, you know what, this is not a good thing to do to people. But they've still got people like myself that's just recently come home that's still on IPP. My mate Tiny Booze, for example, that's on my new track. He's a very good friend of mine. Do you know what I mean? He had to do exactly the same thing that I had done. So he had to go for parole. They kept denying him because you're high profile. They believe he was involved in gangs or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Because of your past and whatever. But the thing is that you get people giving 1 year IPP sentence, and bro, 11 years down the line, is still in jail. I know people that's still in jail now after a 1 year sentence. You know, they're meant to be home after like 6 months, bro. But like after 11 years, how is that person still in jail? And he doesn't even get in trouble. Like, he's done everything that you've asked him to do. Do you know what I mean? So the lack of legitimacy in that department, especially when it comes to that sentence, that inhumane sentence that they've given people, is mad. So originally that sentence was introduced for prolific offenders, sex offenders. Let's be clear about it. So it was introduced for prolific sex offenders, etc. And do you know what I mean? The list goes on, bank robbers and whatever. But what they done was they just started dishing it out to anyone.
So it just become like, okay, cool.
Became the norm.
We've got this tool when we can use it.
Do you get it? So they just started dishing out to anyone and anyone. So unfortunately for me, I was one of them people that received that sentence. So when I went away, they put me in a jail full of South London active gang members.
As you do.
How do you expect me to live my life in there? Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm surrounded by some of the worst people you can imagine from South London or from North London, East London, or wherever. Do you know what I mean? And I have to be on the wing, and these guys are gonna, especially when I went to prison, like, bro, like, I'll be real with you. When I went jail, fam, like, it was peak. It wasn't easy.
What year are we talking? Oh, what? Oh,
09.
09, okay.
Yeah, so I went jail beginning of 09. So, like, when I went jail, they put me on the wing where you have, like, all the gang members or the opposite side that you don't get on with, and you're put on that wing, and they've already built up their team. Do you know what I mean? So you're getting put on that wing, like, you have to fight for your life, bro. Like, it's not a game in there. Do you know what I mean? Like, you literally have to fight for your life, like. And it got so bad that the govs was like, raw. Like, any jail that I went to, they was like, nah, you're ringing too much. Your name's ringing too much. Like, we have to get rid of you. So eventually, what they done was I was just going on tour. Do you know what I mean? And sometimes I done whatever I done. Do you know what I mean? I'm not a saint. I had to defend myself. So more time I'll go in the jail and see guys that I've got a problem with, and I'll think like, right, if I don't do something now, they're gonna do something to me later. Do you know what I mean? So I kind of like try to get the first thing in all the time and whatever. But even when I was in ISIS, HMP ISIS, like, I remember when I first got there, like I wish Boost was here. Boost will be telling you the story himself. Like, bro, like, it was peak. Like, I had like nearly a whole wing onto me. Do you know what I mean? Just because of my reputation, just because they knew I was, and I had problems with some guys and whatever. And like, bro, like, jail wasn't just a good experience for me, but it's funny how things shift in there, though. Do you know what I mean? Like, people can be on you, but because they don't know who you're affiliated with and who you are, some people just jump on the wagon. Say you've got a problem with me and you've got a lot of brethren in the jail, so they're gonna back you regardless because they've been with you for ages. Do you know what I mean? But luckily for me, I had my mate Boost. I had a lot of people there that looked after me. So eventually things calmed down for me, and I was
established.
Good. I was good as usual. Good. Yeah. So
good health.
Good health.
Good. And now on the other side of things, you're out, free man, like Meek says.
Yeah.
How much value do you put on freedom? Because that's one of the things in Black history, that freedom for a Black man is very important. So talk to me about that.
Freedom. How do I value my freedom? How much do I value my freedom?
Because now you're doing music.
Bro, I value my freedom so much that I am not on touring or going back to anything else. You get it?
Yeah.
So I'm so focused and I'm so, like, goal driven, and I just want to do good and raise awareness, because everyone just thinks like I'm just this French gangster rapper. Do you know what I mean? Or French Congolese gangster rapper. But there's so much to me than that. Do you know what I mean? And that's really what I can't wait for people to see. Do you know what I mean? Like, I love the song with me and Boost. Like, I love that stuff because that's us. Do you know what I mean? We're from the streets first and foremost. Do you know what I mean? So I'm always gonna have that side of me where I want to talk about the streets. Do you know what I mean? But away from that, like, the stuff that I've got put down, the material that I've got put down, if I played you one of them today, you'd probably be like, okay, cool, so we get what you're gonna do. Do you know what I mean? But I haven't crossed that bridge yet.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? So I'm gonna cross that bridge when I get to it. But for now, I'm just gonna carry on slapping out good tunes and just make my fans enjoy what they're listening to. Do you know what I mean? And just relate to them vibes. And when it's time for me to, you know, show them what else is in my locker, I will. But for now, I'm just gonna do that. But freedom, the freedom, I value my freedom, bro. Like, I have to, man. Like, I didn't spend all them years in there to come out here and not value my freedom. Do you get it? Like, especially my son having to miss out on me for such a long time, 10 years for for a little boy without his dad it's a scary thing. Do you know what I mean? So like I see the joy in his face. I see how proud he is of me. Do you know what I mean? He's very proud. He messages me the maddest long messages and tells me how proud he is.
Giving him a phone already.
Yeah. So yeah, man, like the freedom thing is something that I don't play with.
Okay.
I don't even want to play with it. Do you know what I mean? And in order for me to achieve my goals, I need to value my freedom. So I haven't got any time for any other bullshit. Sorry for swearing, but
We'll cut it out.
yeah, that's just the truth. Do you know what I mean?
So in terms of music, you're a versatile artist. Like you said, you're a French gangster rapper. You talk Grease in French. For those that don't understand, you talk it a lot. Your intro.
Well, for the me and Boost tune.
No, you got this intro that you do.
Les Garçons.
That one. Talk me through that one, and then talk me through Nini Zullu.
Oh, Nini Zullu. Oh, the Garçon is just, you know what the Garçon means, innit?
Yeah.
Like it's a rude way of calling like a man or boy. Like, you know, like when I don't know, like a bartender. I don't know a bartender or man. So I just thought like, I don't know, like I just always like that say like
The man, innit? It's the man.
It's a man, like, you know what I mean, like les garçons, like. So when I always start my tracks, I always address like all these. I don't know, in my head I always think all these so-called drillers and bad boys. Do you know what I mean? So I just always attack it because I'm coming for mine. Do you know what I mean? So I always like set it like that because it's a thing that I've just built up. Is like, that's how I trap my. As soon as I say that, I know exactly what it means. Like, we're going. Like, I have to spit fire on this track. Do you know what I mean? So it's always been like the garçon there. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's just my thing. I love it.
I hear it a lot as well. Nini Zullu.
Nini's the name that the streets gave me. And Zulu's just, obviously I considered myself a warrior for various reasons, and especially the things that I've been through in my life. Do you know what I mean? Which most people don't know about yet, but I wasn't born in this country, as you know. We're born back home. Do you know what I mean? So I've witnessed a lot of trauma, a lot of bad things and whatever, and go in prison, coming out, turning my life around. Do you know what I mean? Getting a scholarship with Cambridge University.
Congratulations.
Do you know what I mean? So,
congratulations.
Thank you, man. So like I considered myself a warrior. So when I was coming home, I thought, how can I call myself? What can I call myself that's gonna make sense to me?
Cambridge is proud right now.
I know, they're very proud. Not to anyone else, to me. Do you know what I mean? So I stick with Rosca because that's what everyone knows me at. My brethrens always called me Nini because of various other reasons. And the Zulu bit, I just wanted to pay homage to myself and also the Zulu tribe as well at the same time. Do you know what I mean? Because they really fought. Like, people really need to check that story there. They really stood for greatness. Do you know what I mean? So I wanted to also pay homage to them and also say that for myself because I'm actually a warrior. Like, I'm a warrior.
Bazulu. That's the tribe. I hear you. So what's so the track? All of that. You said it was with your boy. Remind me his name.
My brethren, Tiny Boost.
Yes.
Yeah.
So how did you guys cook that up?
We cook that up?
What's the situation? You found the beat, sent it to Tiny. Here, jump on this, or was it one of those where we're all in the studio and just vibes in?
Nah, do you know where it was?
Engineer slaps on a beat.
So Boost is like Boost is from Peckham. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm from Ghetto. Like, originally I was from Woolwich. Do you know what I mean? But I made that transition from Woolwich to Ghetto when I was like 14, 13. Do you know what I mean? So we like, me and Boost have always kicked it from a very young age. Do you know what I mean? Like, so when he went away, I went away. He really, even when he was in jail, like, Boost has always been ahead of his time. Like, he's always been smart. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's always tried to push me in the right direction. Do you know what I mean? But I've always been like reluctant because I was dumb. I was young. I wouldn't say I'm dumb, but I was young. Do you know what I mean? I didn't really know what's what. But he's actually been a lyricist from young. Like, that's what people need to check. Like, he's been so sick at it from young. Do you know what I mean? So he actually made me want to rap. Boost is one of my biggest influence for rapping.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? Him and Snap.
Capone?
Like, yeah, Boost and Snap are my biggest. Like when we're talking about UK Greece stuff and telling your story on the roads, that's my two biggest. Obviously, you got gigs, but I'm talking about my generation, the people that I can relate to. Do you know what I mean? It was Boost and Snap. So eventually, when we did make the link, like we proper clicked. Do you know what I mean? And I came home. Obviously, I was watching his progress from jail. People was telling me that he's doing good and whatever. Do you know what I mean?
No, you know, I'm laughing. Yeah, I'm laughing because it's not that it's a bad thing. Being able to watch what's happening outside.
Nah,
if that makes sense. But it's happening. You understand?
It's happening, man. It's happening.
And inside, they're connected well.
Yeah. We're very well connected in there. Do you know what I mean?
Very like what 5G stuff.
Nah, I don't know what you're talking about, but bro, like, all I'm saying is like I had my ears on the streets to get it. Like
It sounds like it. When you touched down the first track, second track, I heard like
I come home and my brethren, like my big bro Coley, like just shot a quick video. Do you know what I mean? He surprised me with a free Rosca song. I didn't even know that was going on. Do you know what I mean? Like I came out of the gate, we shot a quick video, we went shopping, all of that good stuff. Do you know what I mean? And he's another great guy that's always tried to guide me in the right way. Do you know what I mean? So I came home, I done my first tune, then Boost came to my first shoot. Like he went out of his way, came to my first shoot. He's like, "What, you shooting a video? I'm coming." Do you get me? Like, coming. Like, I wanna show. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so he came through, with vibes. We shot the video, and then I was like, "Oh, Boost, me and you should slap something over." And he was like, "Yeah, when you're ready." He said, "Book the studio." So I booked it. He came through. I was in there. I was vibes in. He's like, "Oh, you're gonna slap a hook?" I was like, "Nah. You should slap the hook." Do you know what I mean? So he heard my verse, and he was like, "No, Ross, you're going too hard in there. No, I need to." Do you know what I mean? So he got his phone out, and because he writes on the spot. Do you know what I mean? Boost writes on the spot, and sometimes he doesn't write. So he started writing on the spot, and he came out with something mad. Do you know what I mean? Like the hook and the verse, and his verse is like mad. Do you know what I mean? And we are really taking them back to where it all started. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's mad, like, because me and Boost are from a different cloth, as I like to call it. Do you know what I mean? And sometimes I think it's called lost in transition. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like that cloth that we was from has been lost, and I think it's down to us to bring it back, i.e. that's why Snaps come home and Snaps going hard. Do you know what I mean? Snaps has been established from Quay. Do you know what I mean? So I love how he's just come home and my brother's winning and he's doing good things. Do you know what I mean? So really and truly, we're just trying to win and do good. Do you know what I mean? And bring and just do good stuff for our people and bring people through wherever we can help. Do you know what I mean? So that's pretty much it.
Can we expect a Snap, Rosca, something?
Someone get Snap on the phone now and ask him, bro. You get Snap on the phone now and ask him, but nah. All jokes aside, me and Snap, that's my brother.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like that's family. So something may just be in the pipeline.
Hopefully he sees this and he gives you a call.
Now we're good, man.
Good.
We talk all the time. Do you know what I mean? Like we're good.
Where can people catch you before we play all of that?
People can catch me on all socials. Rosca Nini Zullu. So that's ROSCA NINIZULLU. So that's on all socials: Twitter, Facebook, my YouTube.
I feel like there's an underscore in there somewhere.
Yeah, there's an underscore. Yeah, 100%. Underscore Rosca underscore then the Nini Zullu. And you can catch me on all socials, man. I'm active, man. I'm everywhere.
Good. Final words for a young black man from Rosca Nini Zullu, who has had an incredible early age.
Yeah, bro. Like I grew up too quick, but
you know, no, on the real, those kids that want to grow up a bit too quick. You know what I mean? Their circumstances, their surroundings is peak for man.
It is.
You understand? And they randomly right now listening to this, watching this right now, and just want to hear what's this guy got to say for me. What kind of advice you got to say for me?
my advice to the youngins would be that just know what you're getting yourself into. Do you know what I mean? If you want to be a great leader, be a great leader. Do you know what I mean? Don't let anyone deter you from your goals. Don't let anyone sway you and tell you anything. Do you know what I mean? Believe in yourself. Have a voice, because a voice is very powerful. Do you know what I mean? People forget how powerful it is to have a voice. Do you know what I mean? Certain people would not speak about certain things and keep it in and let that eat them alive and come out sideways and you end up doing other things, or you end up getting in trouble. Do you know what I mean? So my advice is have a voice in everything that you do. Don't silence yourself. Whatever's going on for you, whether you're struggling or whether your mates are trying to get you to do something that you don't want to do or whatever, do you know what I mean? The list goes on, but it's very important for you to have a voice. Do you know what I mean? Because for me particularly, my voice got silenced very young. Do you know what I mean? I chose not to speak about anything that, you know, was happening for me and that deterred me away from my goal, because I've always wanted to do music from young. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've got musicians in my family. Music runs in my blood. Do you know what I mean? So, and they've done very good things for my country. Do you know what I mean? So, that's why I really come home and trying to, like, not trying, I am actually doing. Do you know what I mean? I'm doing all these stuff that I'm doing to really show people that you can get put in any situation that you get put in, but it's up to you to turn that around and come out the other side. You know what I mean? So my advice is simple, man. Just have a voice in everything. Don't let anyone deter you from your goals, and whatever you're going through, just have the courage to speak to someone about it, because people sometimes don't want to speak to their parents. Do you know what I mean? Like, I remember I didn't want to speak to my parents. Do you know what I mean? Everyone in this room is probably the same. I'm just assuming.
It gets like that.
Do you know what I mean? But find someone that you can talk to and stick at it, man. And if you want to do badness, like, who am I to tell you anything? Do you know what I mean? But if you're going to do that badness, just be prepared for what's about to come with it. Do you know what I mean? Because it comes at heavy cost. Heavy cost. Do you know what I mean? Like, PTSD is a real thing. Do you know what I mean? The streets give you PTSD. Do you know what I mean? Like, Young Ads and LB called the album PTSD. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not for no reason. Like, the streets actually give you, like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's, bro, like, we're build like some army guys in the streets. More time, like, we're build like some guys, like, you bang on your ops, yeah, and you just forget about it and block out all them emotions. Them emotions can eat you alive. Do you know what I mean? Because you don't know how to deal with them. Because sometimes people on the streets, like all these young kids, I guarantee you, most of them don't really want to be doing what they're doing. Do you know what I mean? But because they're raised in a certain environment and they have to behave that way, or they have to show their friends or whoever, like, oh, I'm that guy or whatever. Do you know what I mean? So that's why they end up doing whatever they're doing. But most of them don't want to do it, bro. Because I guarantee you, some of them, when they've done whatever they've done, or chinked someone, or done whatever they've done, they're at home and that guy's gone, bro. That's mentally damaging them. Do you get it? But they just haven't got the strength to come out and talk about them things. You know what I mean? So my advice is simple, man. Just have a voice, man, and talk about stuff. Like, just find someone that you can talk to and just talk to them. Do you get it? And get some help or whatever, and just, like, bro, just stick to what you need to do, man, and get your bag and help out your people.
Deep. Thank you for coming. It's been a minute to get this. It's been a minute, and I'm happy to see. I'm happy to be in your presence. Without further ado, I want to let you introduce your track.
With me and Boost.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is me and my brother Tiny Boost. Catch him on all socials at Peckham Made Boost. Do you know what I mean? I'll say that again, at Peckham Made Boost, because Peckham did make my brother. Do you know what I mean? So let's get it. This is all of that. Featuring myself and Tiny Boost.
Right here on the Beat London Extra Young Radio. Let's do this. AhhVeeDaa. Boom.